What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another Four Corners for today's 7-game NBA slate, courtesy of Awesemo.com and presented by Superdraft. After Dennis Smith and Bruno Caboclo ruined a lot of people's lives yesterday, it's time to get back on track today for this Tuesday slate of games. So let's get some positive energy in the air. And right now, please hit that like button. And if you want to win a free month of Awesemo Plus, like the video and comment your top value play according to DraftKings salaries down below. Yesterday, nobody guessed Solomon Hill correctly, and he was a great part of a lot of winning lineups. So let's get this guy right today for you guys. And right now, like the video and comment your top value play down below. But by now, you know the drill. We've got no time to waste here in the Four Corners, so let's get into our first corner of the top owned plays, and Kristaps Porzingis in a matchup at New Orleans, which they're 118.5 implied points for Dallas. Porzingis has 38% expected ownership on DraftKings, while he has 31% on FanDuel. Porzingis is at a reasonable price in a pace-up spot against the team with a poor 110.5 defensive efficiency rating and a weaker interior with Derek Favors out in other games, so the ownership seems fair and should have upside for Kristaps. Another top-owned play looks to be Rudy Gay in a matchup versus Houston, in which they're 114.8 implied points for San Antonio. Gay has 16% expected ownership on DraftKings, while he has 33% on FanDuel. Gay's FanDuel price is more appealing, and with LaMarcus Aldridge ruled out, Gay averages 1.2 fantasy points per minute, and he gets a pace-up spot where scoring will be direly needed against Houston. And our last top-owned play looks like Thomas Bryant in a matchup versus Orlando, in which they're 114.5 implied points for Washington. Bryant is 30% expected ownership on DraftKings, while he has 25% on FanDuel. Bryant's price is appropriate with upside on both DraftKings and FanDuel, and while the huge pace down and tough Orlando defense aren't ideal, Bryant should be able to see less quality defense inside with Nikola Vucevic out. For our next corner, let's hit on some of the top value plays, including Kendrick Nunn in a matchup at Toronto, in which they're 104.5 implied points for Miami. Nunn stands to see more opportunity thanks to Goran Dragic out the next two games with a solid price, but some risk with a tough matchup, and a chance the game flows more towards Jimmy Butler or Justice Winslow. Another top value today looks like Evan Fournier in a matchup at Washington, in which they're 112.5 implied points for Orlando. Fournier has at least 21 shots in 2 out of his last 3 games with over 30 real-life points in both, and now he faces a bottom-ranked defense in Washington, who also plays at the league's top pace. And our last top value play looks like Patrick Beverley in a matchup versus Portland, in which there are 119.8 implied points for the Clippers. Beverley's price is down and his usage is unreliable at best, but he could find some rebound and assist upside going against Portland's decent pace and mediocre defense. For our next corner, let's hit on some of the other top plays on the slate, including Luka Doncic in that matchup at New Orleans, in which there are 118.5 implied points for Dallas. Luka has over 59.25 fantasy points in 6 out of his last 7 games and over 70 fantasy points in 6 out of his last 12 games, so he's a solid floor and decent upside in a pace-up spot at New Orleans. I'm also intrigued by DeMar DeRozan in that matchup versus Houston, where there's 114.8 implied points for San Antonio. DeRozan averages 1.4 fantasy points per minute in court time without LaMarcus Aldridge, and he's in a pace-up spot where he'll need to score in bunches in order to keep San Antonio alive, given their poor defense overall. And the last top play that I'm intrigued by is Brandon Ingram in that match versus Dallas, where there's 114.5 implied points for New Orleans. Ingram has at least 39.25 fantasy points in his last 10 games, and he's less affected by Lonzo Ball in the starting lineup than the comparably priced Drew Holiday is. And for our last corner, here's some of the lower-owned dart throws I'm looking at tonight, including Jacob Poeltl in that match versus Houston, in which there's 114.8 implied points for San Antonio. Poeltl is a risk to lose time if he can't handle Houston's switching, but he averages 1.1 fantasy points per minute in court time without Aldridge, and he saw 25 minutes last game without him before San Antonio ended up being blown out. Another low-owned dart throw that I like tonight is Josh Hart in that match versus Dallas, in which there's 114.5 implied points for New Orleans. Hart stands to see more minutes and opportunity with Kenrich Williams out after he played 33 minutes last game off the bench, and he put up 38.25 fantasy points in that spot. And I'll have a little bit of Mo Bamba in that matchup at Washington, where there's 112.5 implied points for Orlando. Khem Birch should find rising ownership after a couple solid games in a row, but Bamba could steal minutes off the bench if he's productive in a game where he seems like he should be able to be solid on a permanent basis. So that's what it looks like so far for today's 7-game slate. So again, right now, please hit that like button. And if you want to win that free month of Awesemo Plus courtesy of Superdraft, like the video and comment your top value play according to DraftKings salaries down below. And Superdraft is not only giving you that free month, they are also the presenting sponsor of the Four Corners, so go check them out right now at superdraft.io. Do it for yourself, because if you go over there right now, you can get $20 free with any deposit of $100 or more. If you use that promo code AWESEMO right now, you get $20 instantly with your deposit. So go to superdraft.io and use that promo code AWESEMO for $20 free in Super Cash. And if you're catching this video early, you still have a chance to get in on our Cyber Monday deal right now. It's extended to 3 p.m. Eastern time today, so use this promo code Cyber Monday right now to get a week of all access Awesemo Plus content for just $1. Go to awesemo.com/join and use that promo code Cyber Monday before 3 p.m. Eastern if you're watching this video early enough. And you would have seen this video the second it came out if you were following me on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. So go right now, follow me at Chris Spags and get all of my content 7 days a week across the NFL and NBA on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. It'll be Fast Eddie Fear and Chris Randone on Live Before Lock later today, so tune in then. And of course, I'll be back with you guys tomorrow for another Four Corners. So thank you guys guys for watching. Hope you have a great day. And as always, good luck.